So welcome to I believe episode 4 of Q Motivates. This week's episode is going to be about Anthony, Ant Dog, the 49ers. If you don't know Anthony, he was a PML alum. So he was in Madden 19. I believe when I first came into the league, he was like a playoff team. But as my time went on in the league, he kind of just started struggling. And I believe he had the Titans last year. He was just struggling. And he hasn't really seemed to get back to that playoff caliber Anthony that he was. So we're going to take a look at what he has going on. See if he has any playoff hopes and see what we can do to help him out here. And as starters, we will always look at the injuries. I haven't played him this year, no injuries. But from what I've seen, that game you played last night against the Falcons was sad to watch. I feel like you were in it at first, and then you threw a pick just off of bad timing. I think it's more so the directional pad when you passing it, but threw a pick and then you just kept throwing picks out of frustration and just dug the hole deeper and deeper. Instead of just relaxing, taking that pick, being down 14, being down 21, whatever, just relax, come back, stay with your game plan. Because I know already, without looking at your roster, you already have two of the fastest running backs. If not the fastest, the two fastest running backs in the league. With Breida and Coleman. So we're definitely going to take a dive into those running stats. And see possibly even if moving one of those guys, if you're not using a lot of them, both of them. Definitely could use some work in the wide receiver department. Kills beast. But yeah, that game last night, oh my goodness. He was throwing off your back foot. You know, you was closing your eyes and just pressing random button throws, just anything. You got a good O-line. Don't get frustrated. Just stick to the game plan. Make the short, simple reads. Maybe make a little bit more quicker reads. I noticed you did stay in the pocket and try to make the read at the very last second. And maybe you just don't have the talent right now for those last second corner passes you're trying to complete. But I know with the running backs you have, I would definitely be running some dual HB back there. Green long. You could use some work at linebacker. It's rookie. Oh, I can see you got some problems on defense. So definitely a little bit of a weaker defensive teams. You do still got Richard Sherman out there, but definitely a little bit weaker defense. So if you do have a weaker defense, you definitely cannot afford to be turning the ball over. You should be maximizing your possessions, taking the most time off the ball, using every second on the clock to try to get the run game going. That's what I'm thinking so far, just by looking at it. But we'll see. Alright. Now Anthony is in the NFC East? No, West. NFC West. So right now he's leading the division, 8-6. This is probably one of the closer divisions in the league, especially with 8-6 leading the division. So you're in good standings right now to make the playoffs. You got the Seahawks right behind you, one game behind. The Seahawks have been playing really good this year, so I'm excited to see how that's going to turn out. Gooseneck with a big W just now over Lil T, Lil Cry Baby, get it together. You not Floyd Mayweather. You got to do better. Like, bruh, I don't know what to tell you. Rams. But yeah, so right now it's at the top of the division on a 2-game losing streak. And before I look at the games, this time I actually want to look at the season stats. That's about average in the league. About 2 sacks a game. Oh, you distributed it royal against these two guys. So the numbers look good. I mean, distributing the carries between two backs, you expect them to have lower numbers, but they're still almost both gonna probably have 1,000-yard rushing seasons. Kittle having a big year. What's going on defensively? Quan Alexander with 6 interceptions this year. Okay. Got a lot of young guys. A lot of talent, young talent. You are an interception machine, though. Let's see where you are in the standings. So let's do passing. About 10 in. Only 2,500 passing yards and 17 rushing. What's the most passing? It's 1,200 yards sharp, number 1 for passing. But you should be top. Yeah, like I thought. Still in the middle, but closer to the top than running. And still 1,000 yards away from that. Alright, let's see. Hopefully, these games are close. Because that's what I think when I look at it. I think I'm going to see close games. I don't think I'm going to see no big disparities. I still haven't seen JP play at all. He doesn't say anything in the chat. I need you to be more active in the chat, but oh, wow, you lost to the Browns. It's crazy how at the beginning of the season that made sense to me, but now as we draw near to the end, that doesn't. JT's been struggling. Beat the Cardinals. Beat Walker. Loss. So you haven't had any tough schedules. So these are all close games. But then when you face some comp, it looked like you just fell apart. And so it's within the division. It just seems like you're in a good division where you're having some really good close games. Panthers, Redskins, Bengals. It's like you're not losing outside of the division. You're winning all your division games. What happened last time you played the Rams? Blowout. You beat the Rams again. Seahawks. You beat the Seahawks again. You win the division. I actually think that's pretty simple. Uh, just try to do that every year. Um, Once you get into playoffs, that's going to be the real test. And then I think once that happens, you're going to be looking at your week 15 as your stats. So I would just watch that Falcons game, watch the tape, go over it, see what you did wrong, see what you did right, see what it's like to play one of the tougher coaches in the league and get some comp. I think the Falcons is going to run into the same issue where he gets to the playoffs, just not having a lot of competitive games during the season, and going to the playoffs and just being shell shocked. So I understand the frustration, but you played terribly this game. Uh, I watched it, 5 turnovers, throwing off the back foot, throwing the same routes, and even though Noble was uh, pretty predictable on offense, called a lot of the same plays. I mean, it was just too easy for him defensively, and then with all the turnovers, there's no way you can win with all those turnovers. And still only passing 50%. Right. Edo Smith, and it looks like Freeman is still hurt. Got 18 carries, but only 2.4. So I say you win these two. I definitely think you can make the playoffs. Definitely, if you don't get your act around or turn it around, you're definitely gonna get eliminated first round. Wild card or not wild card? Yeah, wild card, and it's gonna be really, really, really bad a loss. If you don't learn from this Falcon game and go back and watch your mistakes. Don't look at what the Falcons did. Look at what you did. And see how you can be better. Just stepping up in the pocket and making some quicker decisions. I didn't see you run a lot of draws, but it may be because you were down, so you just start forcing it. Don't force it. We play in 10-minute quarters. Like, you have more than enough time if you down 3 touchdowns in the first half to come back and score 3 touchdowns in the third quarter and tie it back up. So you do have a lot of high-scoring games, but I see you do got that struggle on defense. So with that struggle on defense, you're gonna have high-scoring games, and it looks like that's how you stay in the game, by outscoring them, going back and forth since that struggle on defense. So I say just run the ball and just play at your tempo. Don't play at the other person's tempo. Don't switch up your game plan. Don't try to play how your opponent's playing. Don't try to make the passes your opponent's playing. Play what's comfortable for Anthony, and do what Ant does best. And I think you have a lot better success there. But don't sleep on the Rams. Don't sleep on the Seahawks, because both divisional matchups, and a loss here and a loss here will easily have you watching the playoffs from the couch. So that's my advice to you, Anthony. Good luck the rest of the season. Definitely be tuning into both of these games to just see if you control the ball and you control the game, and don't let your opponent control it. You don't just because they score an 80-yard touchdown don't mean you have to go out on the next play and throw an 80-yard bomb. You don't. It's more than enough time. So just stay relaxed, stay calm while you're playing. Smoke a blunt. That's what I do. Takes that edge off to where you can just focus. But good luck the rest of the season, and I'll definitely catch you into these two. And see if you implemented any of my advice. I know it's not the best, but, you know, I like to mentally prepare. I'm a mental motivator. Mentality is big. Then the last thing, we'll just check. This is current. This is as of 4:35 Central Saturday. The current scores for this week. feel like that game was played the last game. Yeah, we already saw that. Ooh. Texans with a big win over Tennessee. Texans probably making the playoffs this year. See, now that's got me interested. Oh, still 6-8. 6-8. But it's still still 3-0. Like the playoffs in every AFC bracket still are very much undecided. Wow. NFC decided. So it looks like we got a little, not decided. So it looks like we got a better, definitely mix of talent going on in the AFC. A lot closer divisions. I'm excited. But let's just go back and finish these games real quick. Just see where we at right now. Week 15. Bills tanking. I'm not gonna even look at it, but tanking, being taken down by D. Lloyd. I watched this game last night very late. It was very interesting to watch. It was different. I saw both. I saw different things from both players that I hadn't seen before. A lot of picks on both ends. But Natural came away with the win. But it was a good game. I was entertained. So still to see both of these teams in the playoffs representing their divisions. Falling, you could have won this. What happened? Falling, if you would have won this, I would have freaking went crazy. 3 turnovers. Who did he start? He still started Patty. Alright, what do you put him in? Second half. Oh, if you could have won that, I would have took the division from his ass. Patriots with a big win over the Bengals. Okay. You could have won that, Chomps. You could have won that. Gooseneck with the dub over the Browns. Ooh, I had to hit the blunt for you there, bro. Like, god damn. So we got Falcon. Let's go, Ant. Let's go, Ant. Zone in. It's yours to lose. You in control of your own destiny, man. It's yours to lose. NFLRT coming back with the big win. I had a big win against CEO. Great opponent, great game. Extremely defensive. I was not happy at all with my performance. I played terrible. Passing the ball. Well, not even passing the ball. I played terrible in the red zone. I was in the red zone 3 times. I never passed it. I was scared to pass it. So definitely watching that tape, learning some things, so we can get ready for Kurt next week in a big divisional game. And then Burn. Just manhandling the Fire is. And Naeem Hines is just going off this year. I think Melvin Gordon would have had him for Offensive Player of the Year if Melvin Gordon hadn't got hurt. But if he gets it for the running backs, I will understand why. But that's where we're at right now in Week 15. So next video will probably be up sometime soon, sometime later today maybe. but I will be going over my own keys to victory to Kurt and my own motivation for the big matchup against the Raiders next week. Blessings.